All right, let's move on to our consent agenda. Approval of bills and minutes. Do I have a motion on this?
Resolved that the Board of Education, Township High School District 208, Cook County, Illinois hereby takes the following action on the listed consent agenda items. A, approves payment of the bills as presented and listed in section Roman numeral 7.A of the July 9, 2013 Board Agenda Packet. And B, approves minutes from the meeting held on June 11, 2013, open and closed as presented and amended in the July 9, 2013 Board Agenda Packet.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ed Jepson. All right, any discussions? We'll start with minutes first. Any new? Okay. Any?
Did we send out a revised minutes or not?
I just put yours in there
Oh, okay.
with the comments.
Okay.
The ones on the board book are a marked up version
Yeah.
that I downloaded today. I didn't download them earlier in the week,
Okay.
so I'm not sure if there's
And
anything.
Mary Ann sent an update today that you updated, right?
Yep.
Yeah, there were other things.
All right, any questions on minutes? All right, how about bills? Tim, do we have any questions that you have answers for on bills?
Yeah, there was a question regarding a payment on basketball summer league officials. The payment comes out of a board account so that we can track that amount for that individual and get them a 1099 at the end of the year. But then the board account is reimbursed by the activity account from the fees that are collected. So that, that it doesn't really come out of the board account.
We pay one
Is that-
official $6,000 to referee in the summer?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought he was like managing it and then circulating it to other people.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, any other questions on bills?
No.
That was
I
it.
have a question.
Gary Gritchen has a question.
Is this 7.5 check going to be split between the two budget periods? Because you have over 50% of from one check that's really related to next year's budget.
On what?
The error mark, you're prepaying that, the 7.1 through 9.1. And that's going to wind up going into the prior, if you don't split it, it's going to wind up going into last year's budget, even though it pertains to this year's, the upcoming years.
Why would it go into last year's? I mean, the auditors.
Where's the seven, what's this, but the way, I know on the audit report, you'll be able to move it around, but all next year, we're gonna be going, why are we under budget and error mark? Why are we under budget and error mark? Why are we under budget and error mark? You're gonna have to keep repeating how the $290,000 got wound up. Is that gonna wind up going against the June?
No, okay, the payment that we're making to Airmark tonight is gonna go into the July financial statements.
So all the July 5 bills are gonna wind up going into
Yes.
July?
Yes.
Right.
So
Yes.
the $500,000 is not gonna go into this last year's budget?
No.
Even though some of the stuff is related to,
No, when the auditors do the,
I know with the auditor, but I'm looking at the
For
cash
us, no.
flow statements.
correct, no, it will not.
So these will not go into, so the June report we get is not gonna have this check run in there.
Correct.
So is some of that stuff gonna wind up, have to be reclassed into the 12-13 period?
By the auditors when they do the audit, yes. But on our,
Is
on
then
our
that some-
financials, no, it's just, that's cash, it's when it's paid.
I know, but what about our budgets? Are we gonna have some issues with our, that stuff was budgeted in the 12-13 period and some were,
No, because the people when they ordered, they understood that unless it was paid for in June, it was coming out of next year's budget. So no, that won't be the case.
All right, any other questions on bills?
So,
So what-
I took a
so-
little flack on this the last 2 years in audit. So we budget on an accrual basis, we pay our bills on a cash basis, and then we have the auditors do an accrual basis at the end of the year in a report that nobody can understand. And that's how our finances are at the end of the year, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Gotta love school finance.
You're learning.
Created.
So what I'm coming at is like, you have energy marketing, AMRENT, for $24,000. Is that pertaining to the future or is that pertaining to the past?
It pertains most to the past.
Past.
But.
So that is
but
a
next-
June bill.
Right, but next June bill's gonna get paid in July 2014.
Is it, or was the timing of this particular check run such that it went to July and normally it's in June? That's what I'm trying to understand. So,
Yeah.
okay. I'm not gonna make a big deal of it, but
All right, any other questions?
I would just say that the audit is required by the state.
No.
And this is the first time we've talked about it since it's been approved, which I felt we might even go almost a whole year without talking about it. Because we don't really refer to that document as part of our budget process and as part of our monthly financial process.
But there are some school districts that do their books on an accrual basis, right, Tim?
There might be.
There may be, I mean, not that I'm aware of, no,
Okay.
but there may be.
Definitely not through the township's office,
Oh, that's true.
because
Right,
all our
that's
money's controlled by the township.
Right.
That's what
Okay,
makes it a little tough.
Any other questions? All right, Mary Ann, go for the vote.
Mr. Goodchin?
yes.
Ms. Ruska? Yes. Mr. Jepson?
Yes.
Dr. King?
Yes.
Mr. Walsh?
Yes.
Mr. Welch?
Yes.
Mr. Cindy?
Yes.